when I really started to embrace who I was and realized that what I had was not a weakness, but instead it was a strength. It was a superpower in some ways, was when we were on vacation, and we had been on vacation in the same location the prior year. And we came back to a store that we had been to, over and over and over again. And I went up and I paid for something, and the cashier looked at me and said, "I remember you." And in that little moment, I realized, you know what? I'm a very memorable person. I have something now that makes people remember me and make a connection, that when they see me, that I'm not just another face in the crowd. I'm not just another person, but they actually have some little bit of connection with me. And I realized in that moment in West Yellowstone, Montana, that was actually a huge power and a strength and an emboldening moment. You remember me? You see 1 million people come through this town every year, but you remember me. What does that mean for me? If you remember me, then I better do something that's worth your memory. I better do something that's memorable. And so I started wanting to leave people with more than they would have had otherwise. I wanted to give them something that was worthy of that memory. I wanted to make them feel better in my presence. I wanted to make them feel better about themselves, make them feel good about who they were, by showing that I could accept me, and that I didn't have to focus on it, but that I could still focus on them, and that I could make their day when otherwise maybe they would have been feeling sorry for me or feeling like I was in a vulnerable position. I wanted to turn that around and show that no, I'm actually in a position of strength because I'm using what I have to do good and to be a powerhouse and a force for good in the world.